All right, we're up, Joe.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
Yeah, surviving.
Awesome.
Everything's been cranking the last couple of days. I'm pretty sure you noticed how BTC's flirting around 50 over and over and under, which is
Yeah, can't
always a
get
good
over the
sign.
hump. Can't stay over
Yeah,
the hump, I guess I should say.
yeah, I think that it's something to do with, with all the, we haven't quite had the equities and, Wall Street markets decouple from crypto yet.
Right.
And I'm wondering if it's going to happen this time, um, with the looming whatever issues, defaults, and things like that. Are people going to actually start coming? And I think that's what everybody's trying to figure out. Is it decoupled or is it still coupled?
I
Because it
agree.
tends to follow. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, just, NFT markets going crazy,
Yeah.
still lots of DeFi yields.
I'm happy to
You
have
know,
those Seer Light NFTs I bought at Doki Doki.
Yeah, I mean, good gosh, I remember buying those, and I only bought like eight of them when it kicked out. But what was the spin price there at that point? It was like 0.025
Let's
ETH.
see. Let's see. Where is it?
It should
Tokyo
be it's
Pix. Is this it? No, that's the
it
old.
should be like Lo-Fi Dreams maybe, or is that Larry N? Hold on, I got
Yeah,
this.
that's it. Lo-Fi Dreams.
Was it 0.025? Was the spin right above play? It looks like it
Point oh
says
two
0.02.
five.
Yeah. So I think ETH was 2,000 back then, or
Yeah.
1,800.
Yeah.
So, you're getting in for basically what, 30, 40 bucks, let's say, somewhere around there. I can't trying to figure the math real fast, but then I look and I see all of these, on OpenSea are getting bids of like, $800, and not for the high end. I'm talking
No.
about the, a couple of hundred ones.
Yeah, I'm getting
And,
offers on this one for 1 ETH right now, but there were sales of 2.5, and then
do you
this
have
one.
that one that sold for 35 ETH?
No.
Okay. I was going, man, I wish I had that one right now.
No,
But
sir.
yeah,
I would
yeah,
love
that's
that.
yeah, no. I mean, the cool part is you could get a piece of it. I don't know if you do much on uh, Unic.ly and the Udoki platform there, but
No.
they have a bunch of their NFTs piled into that. I've been in for months on that one, but there's a fractionized portfolio, the Udoki token, like small letter U, then DOKI, that has that Sear light in it.
Wow.
The 3 that sold for 35 ETH,
Nice.
and one is in that pool. So to me, I think you look at when the rest of those catch up to OpenSea market prices. To me, I think Udoki's, aside that it's on layer one, which is Ethereum makes the gas expensive. You
Right.
only kind of do stuff on the weekend, unless you're slinging 35 ETH NFTs. Then who cares?
Yeah.
But to me, that's a place you get a little piece of that Sear light or put a bid in on it at least.
Absolutely.
Because I think the high bid right now is only a quarter ETH on the Sear
Damn.
light. So,
Damn.
um,
That's a good deal. All right.
and we know the high bid on OpenSea, I think this morning was 10 and the last sale was 35. And there's only three of them. So, the NFT stuff has really kind of surprised me how much that's been moving the last, say, week. Um, but yeah, there
Yeah,
was a big, did you see the
more the
one this morning
chibies.
on the tapioca artist guy? There was
No.
a gacha machine that went off this morning at 8 East Coast, U.S. East Coast time.
Oh, this one, Tapioca Kevin.
Yeah, look at those
Yeah, that's
NFTs and look at they're all three threes, 10 10s, and 20 20s. There's nothing higher than I think a 20.
nice.
So
So good
um,
rarity on those, and those are cool
it's a
looking.
yeah, and supposedly that guy is also how there's that one group that's sort of anti NFT that's out there.
Uh huh.
Um, the same people that complain about BTC and energy, which
Yeah.
we know is all bullshit
Be-
arguments, but
well, they're too lazy
they're
to do the research.
yeah, they're supporters of this guy evidently.
Awesome.
So evidently, some of those are kind of coming into the fold now of like, hey, this isn't what we thought. So,
It's great.
um, but good stuff all around. So, what about you? What have you been
Well, I've
doing?
been ranting about DeFi needs to get the hell out of USDC for a while because it's not. we're not truly decentralized if massive TVL in vaults is dependent on a token that can blacklist projects or people. So I personally think that DeFi better start figuring out how to unwind from USDC. I mean, I get it. They went to USDC because USDT had so many issues, but now we have enough algorithmic stablecoins like Frax and LUSD and ALUSD and Terra UST and any number of other projects that we no longer need to be dependent on centralized companies for stablecoins. So hoping we'll start seeing some movement there.
Yeah, well, what was that? I know they're getting hit. Circle and USDC are getting hit up by the SEC. Was that all about that yield farm, that interest earning product they had?
I think it's about the lending product they released.
Yeah.
And look, I'm sure it is, but once they're in, and I think they paid it a fine like
10
million.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was because of Polynex, right?
Right.
For selling unregistered securities. But look, they're going to go IPO. So they're going to pay whatever the fine is and walk away with a slap on the wrist. In the meantime, you want to make nice with the SEC. You just remind them that you can blacklist wallets. So from my perspective, DeFi should be doing everything in their power to not be using USDC, so.
How do you feel? I remember when, you always get all that Tether FUD out there, USDT, and, it's about, I guess, what's backing those stable coins when they print. What is and then USDC was kind of in favor, and I saw somebody talking about it, that it was the US regulators' first choice. I guess UST is the first choice now, but USDC was way up there, and it must have been because of that, the ability to blacklist wallets.
Exactly.
Right?
They can block wallets, they can block contracts, they can basically shut down an entire project if they want to. So, it's just it's gotta. I mean, if that USDC is locked and they lock it up, then, it's a great enforcement mechanism for the SEC, right? Like, you want to shut down a project, you lock it, you tell USDC by court order to lock it up. And
wait, can they lock up projects that don't have USDC in them?
No, they can only block. They can only black. I mean, the only effective power they have is to blacklist movements of USDC. So when you're blacklisted, you can't move out of that wallet, right? So anyway, I really think it's time for DeFi to start extracting ourselves. We have really solid algo stablecoin projects out there. We don't need centrally backed like USDC or USDT. We have enough high quality projects with high quality people that it's time, from my perspective, to get the hell out.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that everybody was trying to find a solution. I mean, because we talked about this before, how the difference between like 2718 and now is, the stable coins, and how, you can use them in different ways, and, borrow them and then yield farm them, and, do all kinds of, exits to them if you start getting a little nervous. And everybody's trying to find the one that, I know other regulators don't like USDT because they're, harping on the argument of, what if everybody sold them at once? And, I'm like, that's called business 101. That's everybody's dilemma in everything. It's like,
Exactly.
You want the stampede coming in the door, not going out the door. So I think that there's so many, like I was on Phantom today, and, you can like mint synthetic stable coins like FUSD, FUSDT. And I don't even see how anybody can even, like say a USDC could even keep track of that at that point. Because, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, look, what USDC would do is, they could effectively lock somebody up laundering money or extorting or whatever.
Bad guys.
But they can also lock up the contract address, right? Because it's effectively a wallet. So they blacklist that, and now the vault can't move the money out.
Yeah. Nowhere to go.
Yep. So effectively it's dead. And the first time they do that, USDC is going to tank anyway, right? I mean,
Right.
people are going to be
Everybody's
unloading
going
it.
to dump it. Yeah,
So,
everybody's going to dump it.
so this would be the time to take care of it now instead of later. And you know, I don't know.
I only got a little bit of USDC. I think I'm sitting in some.
I used to have a
swap
ton.
pool.
I used to have a
Yeah.
ton, but no more.
Well,
I mean, they've got a
yeah.
lot of liquidity, you know, so.
Well, when all that Tether FUD was making me nervous like 6 months ago, you know, I kind of started migrating over to USDC a lot just because I'm like, well, whatever, split it up at least. But you know, now it's like, you know, I mean, you've got the big, you got BUSD out there, you know, Binance's stablecoin that's floating everywhere. I mean, you know, I believe it's in the US too, right?
Yep.
Binance US.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you know, you've got that as a choice, you know, and again, I think all these stable coins, you just treat it as a portfolio approach, you know, and mix them. So that way you don't, you know, you don't have all your eggs in one stable basket,
Yep.
you know, for a variety of reasons. So, but you know, hopefully they'll settle, they'll go public and everybody makes a bunch of money.
Yep.
So
my little crystal vault went from 1.6 trillion APY to 880.
880 trillion?
No, 880.5 billion.
Yeah.
So should I yank out my $600 or let it ride?
Fuck those guys. Pull it. No, I'm just kidding. Remember, it's like only 880 billion interest. What the hell? No, I'm in the one. Which one am I in? I'm in the other smaller one. I think it's.
I'm in the Azuki-matic one. Oh, you went into the vault? You went into a vault?
Yeah, I went into Libra and Matic.
Libra
down
Matic.
Here. That's still cranking along at 63.43.
Oh, look at you with the big money.
Percent APY.
Look at that. $1,800 in TVL. That's all Joe's.
Yeah, well, not really. A little less than that, but you know what? The interesting part is that you if you go to the quick swap pool, there's actually like, you know, 30,000-40,000 in that one, and so then you bring the LP token back here. I think, right?
Yep, that's it.
And then so not everybody's bringing the LP token back. So, you know, you look at it 7.73% a day.
Yeah.
So, you know, 773 for every $100 you got in there per day.
Yeah.
So, you know, like we say, these things don't last forever. But, you know, I just haven't seen that TVL going up. I mean, I think when I jumped in, there was about $450 worth in it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it kind of has been hanging around 1,400, 1,800. You know, ever since. So,
well, you know, I like it.
These are
basic. Yeah. DGen play. I mean, these are basically vaults that auto compound for you 100 plus times a day. You don't have to do anything. Although I kind of like compounding. It's kind of fun. You know, and this thing's growing nicely, and we'll see what happens. It's I started with 600. I'm up $44, I guess, in a couple of days. And I think Libra's lost a little value there. Oh, look, I'm in USDC. But this, you know, everybody does USDC, but it's fun. You know, I just enjoy doing these things because it's fun to watch this accumulate and see how much you make on it just for shits and giggles.
And also, look, Libra is another kind of DeFi yield farming platform. That token. It's very early in the game. So, you know, this is kind of when you always want to, you know, if you look at like, you know, quick swap at 411. I remember when that was like it was all the way up at 2,000 when it was really rocking in the spring. Yeah. And you look at like, you know, Aave and AVAX and all of those, you know, these could conceivably probably not turn into that, but, you know, it could turn into a pretty significant play. Yeah. Where these 70-cent tokens, you know, could become $70 tokens. So, you know, what I like about these plays is that, you know, you're effectively mining the token.
Yep.
At this rate. So you build up a stack of these tokens that, you know, you're not paying anymore for them. So you're really DCAing DAing your original cost down every day by, matching zero against whatever your buy price was.
Yep.
You're cutting it in half basically. So you end up at the end of the day with a bunch of tokens that probably, cost you less than 10 cents. And
Yep.
it's, if it's today's price is what, 68, 70 cents or something like that. So I think these are great plays, but you do have to keep your eyes on them, and
Sure.
you don't go in with much, go in with what you can lose on this early. This is like startup market basically to me,
Yeah.
like we used to do back in the day. But the other stuff I'm in on Crystal, and I think also when we talk about these platforms, one of the things is there was a pairing put up. Yeah, it's the Azuki Matic one.
Yeah.
So, the Doki guys know these guys and, enough to put a pool up there,
Yep.
which is good enough for me.
Yeah, me too.
At that
Yeah.
point. So
I took a stack of Azuki and just said, let's get it over there and see what happens. 441%. I'll take it. I started out at 540 or something, but
Yeah, but look, I'm pulling down like, 20 twice a day, 20 crystal basically.
Yep.
And then I'm pouring that into the other pool,
so
auto compounding one.
And the beauty of it is you can come in here with only $4.91 in crystals earned in the last, I guess I did this like a half hour ago.
Yeah.
But because you're on Polygon, it costs you less than a penny to harvest. And then you come over to the pool that you showed me, which is this auto compounding crystal pool. So I've just been stacking these crystal I get in here, like you said. It's a beautiful thing.
So your free stuff coming off of the 500% liquidity pool is now going into a single token staked auto compounding crystal pool, making another 464%.
Exactly.
So, with the first pool, if you daily compound that Matic Azuki one, that 500% turns into like 4,500% APY. This one is actually already APY because it's auto compounding. I think it does it every 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
It's a pretty high. Wait, no, I'm sorry. That's a different one. This is auto compounding. I'm not sure how many times a day, but several times a day.
Yeah.
Which is more than I do. I do once a day.
Well, I come in here, every time I think of it, I'm going through tabs in my browser. I'm like, oh, yeah. Click on it. I'll harvest from the other one and dump them in here.
Yeah. And the other thing that's cool is I look at my, the list of everything I'm in on CoinGecko, and I look at what's down that day. So, and then I sometimes will take stuff like this and buy that token instead. But off of the other pools, like with QuickSwap, I do that a lot. So, for instance, today I'd be looking at, DFYN's off 4%, but that's tied to the router release. I'd look at things like that. FTM's off 2%, route, Aave. A lot of times, like I've been playing a lot in Curve, CRV, because I look at it, I think it's got a billion market cap or something right now, and it's moved from like 2 to 3 in like 4 days, I believe, or a week. That has room to run.
Yep.
That could easily go to $12, $15. So, I've been stacking there because I like that one. And I'm stacking Aave because, you look at Aave and it's like at 300, and you look at like market caps of Avalanche and Uniswaps and all these other ones. And, that can 5X from there.
Absolutely.
So just because you look at the total value lock on Aave, it's something like $17 billion.
Damn.
It's the trusted go-to place, more so than I believe than Celsius. I'm not saying that they're not trustworthy, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying it seems like the institutional guys go to Aave.
Right.
And, other people, the next ones are crypto.com and Celsius and other ones like that. But I think Aave is, clearly separated from everything in my mind. So I add that. So, you take these sort of free tokens and buy institutional stuff. And then, I see you pulling up, what is that? Is that Ohm?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's been crushing it lately too. Is that over 1,000 still, or it was close to it?
Nah, 9. I think it's sitting at like 911 right now. But, I interviewed this guy and I was so impressed with him. But what I was most impressed with was how much he pre-modeled this. And basically what he said it's at 9:03 right now. Basically what he said in the interview is that everything that's happening right now is exactly what he was predicted from his modeling, right? That the roughest time would be the 600 to 800 range. And it's working. The API Y is going up. The price is going up. I mean, it started off with just beyond ridiculous APY, and it's still at 7,300 APY. And it's just producing. The interesting thing here is the formula is working the way it was supposed to, right? I mean, they've got 1.9 billion TVL. Market value of their treasury is 288 million. I think this thing's been open since what? When did it launch? June 16th.
Yeah. I was on vacation out west. This is one I missed.
Me too. I didn't come in till late, but I'm very happy I did. Very, very happy I did.
One other thing I think isn't something like 92% of all the tokens are locked up?
Yeah, right here. 90 ohm stake, 92.36%.
Yeah, which is like, that's your dream scenario if you're like running a platform.
Yep.
And everybody believes it, and then it's the question, everybody's going to believe it until everybody doesn't.
Well, and here's the cool thing. The community is so rabid, the average, I'll tell you this, the average listens on my podcast, is 10x that. That's how much their fans are into anything that happens in Ohm. The community created a product that's blowing up, right? So the community created this Olympus Pro product that is bonding as a service. And now major projects are coming in to start adding bonds to their mix for their liquidity, utilizing Olympus, their platform.
How did that Alchemex one work out? Did you do that?
I don't know. I haven't really looked at it since. I saw a follow-up article that talked about it, but I don't know where they are. I don't know where they put their bonds. It doesn't say. Anyway, so you got Abracadabra, Alchemex, Float, Frax, Pendle, Staked Out, all have bonding setups, and from what I've read in the community, there's a bunch more coming. Anyway, I talk about them too much.
No, but it's a great play. It's one of my other groups of guys that people I talk to. They've been on this from the beginning, and it's always the one that everybody comes back to, because even on a down day, that's still going up.
Yeah. So and as soon as it dips, everybody's like on it, like, buying it back up because it just keeps producing.
Yeah. How do you like Alchemex these days as far as
I'm a little, look, they're down a half in a month. So I'm a little bummed, but I still feel good about the project. I feel good about the tools. I feel good about the team. The community's excited, so this is an opportunity. I'm still staking over there. I'm not excited about the APY or APR, but it is what it is. I wish they were on layer 2, so it wouldn't be so damn expensive to compound.
That's right.
But I love it. I still think of all the projects I've been involved with, this is the one that has the fastest time to entering real life, right? I mean, self-paying loans, self-paying collateralized loans, how many markets could this go for, right? Housing market, automobiles, college tuition. Yeah. Startup investors, you want to invest in startups. You want to be in an angel fund. You want to start your own angel fund. You got 20 million, put 20 million in, take out 10 million. It's risk-free investing, right? So if you get your winner, great. But you feel so much more confident taking risks on investing when you know that you're going to get your $20 million back.
Well, it is kind of, sort of the Aave on steroids, because, when you borrow those stables from Aave, you got to watch that health factor and make sure that there's no flash crash and you get liquidated and you always have to pay it back.
Yep.
With this one, you don't have to pay it back.
You're not worried about being liquidated, nothing. You're just riding it out. Now, it may take longer to pay back if the market's down, but okay, so.
Who cares? If there's somebody's paying it, they're paying it.
Exactly.
It's not like, but I think that's a platform that, I was in it early when I think you told me about it, and and I thought, hey, this is really cool, and I was messing around with it, but I got, it was the layer one gas fees were crushing me, and I was kind of was like, well, I'll
Yeah,
come,
it's
and it
brutal.
was up. It was up still, and I think I was getting a little nervous, and I just used the layer one gas fees as my rationale to sell it.
Yeah.
But they have a stable coin too, that ALUSD,
Yep.
and which is another example of another stable that comes out of a platform. And unfortunately for Alchemix, when people look at these APYs we talk and they go, "That's too good to be true." Well, when you throw Alchemist in the mix, it's like
Yeah.
it makes people just can't believe it. And
Have you?
what they have to understand is that the paying of the loan comes from when they take the TVL and stake it in other platforms and earn yield.
Yep.
And so as long as they're earning more yield than they're paying, they are making money and loans get paid. It's just
Exactly.
like, with the Aave, you borrow the USDT, you pay 3% to borrow it, but you're getting a 4.5% incentive coming to you from Matic
Right.
for doing that. So you're making 1.5 points off everything you borrow, and you
Yep.
don't have to pay it until you pay it back. So to
Exactly.
me, that's kind of like the easy sort of Arbin kind of stuff that it's sort of like, why not take it?
Yep.
You know.
So
So
this is interesting. Have you ever looked at Rari? I hadn't ever really given them a deep look, but I was going through the stuff about Ohm, and Ohm, there's a strategy called 9-9. And so Rari.capital is essentially you can borrow against your staked tokens, right? So you could come in
right.
here and use your, so you, when you stake Olympus, so for example, Olympus DAO Ohm, when you stake Ohm, you are given, you're given S Ohm, right? But typically you wouldn't be able to do anything with that. Well, here, now this is a liquidatable loan, so everybody has to be careful, but you can actually borrow against your stake tokens and then buy more tokens and compile them back in.
That's interesting. So okay, but it looks like it has more tokens there than say Aave. I mean, Aave on layer two, there's like 5 you can stake with. I think
Right, right. But they,
BTC, ETH, Aave, and the 3 stables maybe. But
yep. So then on the right side is staking. You can stake what you borrow immediately into these if you want to. So this is a calculator for the 9-9 strategy that somebody put together. So let's say you had 100 ohm, 170, let's say 100 ohm, and current price is about 903. Whoops, 903. And let's say you wanted to borrow. So you wanted to borrow 15,000, right? Your liquidation price, if you borrowed 15 grand, $15,000 is $169, right? So if the price drops below 169.25, you're going to get liquidated on the loan,
oh yeah, because you're
right?
just taking 15%
If
loan to value.
you're taking
Yeah.
about 18.74%, yeah.
Okay.
But if you look over here, after a year, and if the APY stays where it is, you're at $7.7 million. If you started off with 100 ohm.
Yeah, that's like 90,000 basically, or
Yeah.
90 something thousand. Okay. All right. So yeah, so when you said rare, I was thinking about rareables, that
No.
other NFT
So
play. But I'm looking at this now. They got the index pools too.
yeah,
This is cool. Yeah,
yeah, it's very cool.
and yeah, like I'm seeing a stablecoin pool. Well, maybe with the USDC stuff,
Yeah.
might not make sense. But the index co-op pool, I see some Polygon stuff's now live. So how does explain to me again? How's the not explain 9-9 again?
So 9-9 means just flipping it back over again, right? We've talked about this before. So you've got your balance already staked, and then you borrow against the staked tokens, and then you restake those tokens to use the borrowing. You borrow USDC, you use the USDC to buy more of Ohm. You stake those tokens, and you can keep rinse and repeating until you run out of collateral room on your loans.
Yeah. And that works really well if something's going up.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I kept, like, when I was playing with this yesterday, I'm like, look, if you only borrowed 15,000 right now, that gets you 16 ohm, right? But that jacks your total ohm up way up, right? And if you're still compounding at 7,300%, or even if you dropped it down like 5,000% APY, you're ending up with a hefty stack of ohm. Now, this is assuming price stays 903, right? Could go down, could go up. But at the end of the day, it's actually, my gut is everything is decimated if ohm is back down to $169. Like, the entire market has crashed or ohm has been hacked. So
yeah, it has to be something like that.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like, what was that one in the summer? The Iron Finance, I think. Which of course I still have some ice laying around, but it seems to be moving again, and they're talking about it on Phantom.
Yeah.
With the Spirit Swap, people are talking about it like crazy, and but that was at $60 and went to what, 2 cents?
Less than a penny.
Yeah.
But that was a bank run, and their model, they were actually warned like a couple of weeks beforehand by a guy who modeled it out and said, one whale dumps and you guys are dead. You're done. The bank run will commence. Everyone will sell. You'll be worth less than a penny. And boom, there it hit. Yep.
Well, I guess they fixed that problem now. And
evidently, I haven't looked real closely at their new model, but they are growing pretty rapidly. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's back to 2 cents. It's up like 60% over the last 7 days. So it's definitely something to look at. But I didn't mean to distract you from this. I was just thinking,
no, that's okay.
It's that type of event that these kind of individual black swans on a particular play that can take them out. Yeah. But this seems to have learned, if I remember right, when all the guys were talking up ohm, it was like, an Iron Finance can't happen here. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's a completely different model. So anyway, this Rari, I really like this. I really like what these guys are doing. It's smart.
Yeah, no, I like the selection. I'm seeing all the pools right now, so I don't know where. That's
Fuse. Look at Fuse.
Okay. All right. Rary Capital Market. Rary Capital Market. Okay. And I'll just check that out later. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Fuse right here. Wrong network. What am I supposed to be on? Is this Ethereum?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. The other one, another new one, I was, we talked a little bit about the Phantom stuff earlier. It's, are you switching another one?
No, go ahead.
Okay. The Libra token, I think that one's on something called maybe Astro Labs.
Yeah, it's like a astrology themed farming site. Yeah.
But it's pretty interesting, some of the stuff they have. And there's a couple other ones I discovered. One on Phantom is called Soul Swap, but I don't know if it's been audited, so I haven't done anything yet. I'm waiting on some other guys because I don't see, he was going to send it to the Rug Doctor or whatever. But they have some decent yields and stuff in here on
the
farming.
Astro site?
Oh, no, on the Soul Swap. So SOUL.SH on Phantom. So go there /farm. And I see like an SOUL.SH, and then click the farm tab. FTM USDC at 627% APR.
Whoa.
FTM ETH or WETH for 862.
Sol FTM at 1569.
Yeah, there's some interesting ones. Now, I just don't know. I'm waiting on people to start doing it or to tell me it's okay, but it looks pretty interesting. With those numbers.
Who's going to tell you it's okay?
Well, like the guys who are doing the coders, the programmer dudes that are the Solidity guys.
Oh,
those guys. Yeah.
I was like, are you waiting for permission, Joe?
No, I'm going to be over on Astro and I'm consulting my astrology chart over there. No, but what I like about this is look at look at the TVL they already have in there. Um, I mean, most of these pools are like,
Yeah, that's
you
nice and
know,
substantial.
yeah. And so, because I bring this up because I was over on another one, Airmaze DeFi. That's a Polygon one, I believe, and staking some LP tokens at like 800% from the DFYN, or excuse me, the DFYN router pool, and all of a sudden every pool has only like 1,200 in it, and then the DFYN router one's the biggest pool there, and it had like 40,000 in it.
Right.
So I was kind of like, that just looks way too sketchy for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there is opportunity if you're getting that token, and and it does grow, but if something's not quite clicking yet there. And then there's I found a site which was listing all these DeFi's yield farming info, I think it's called, and it has every chain. If you want to check it out, it's defitools.me. And you just click on the chain. And so I'm looking right now at, say, Polygon and all the DeFi there. And there's like, let's click.
Wait, is this it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So look at, those are all the DeFi farms I'm on
this
Polygon.
This is a copy of, this is a copy of VFAT.
Is it?
That's funny. Yeah.
So, you could click on that, like say I'm on the Polygon one. So say Kyber at the top and various under LP. If you click that, it shows all the pools.
Nice.
So
yeah, I've seen those.
So when you go to say, when we're just talking about FTM, what the heck is that? Phantom. And you look at that, when everybody's focused on Spooky Swap and Spirit Swap, there's another friggin' 60 DeFi pools at least.
Right
there, and Soul Swap's at the very bottom of the list. So that means to me it's the newest, and because it's not alphabetical order, and so that's one you really gotta. Have
you seen Multifarm?
I've heard of it. Is that a wallet manager?
No, it's like this, but in a GUI interface. So you can go by chain and look at assets and their prices, or you can go to farms and then you can look at chain, and then you can narrow it by searching on a specific, you could do it by TVL layer, and then you can also search for a particular coin. Oh, nothing there. Wait a minute. Am I on the right thing?
TVL per blockchain. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. And then it links to the page with the farm.
Do you see that with look at the one for all farms. Are you on all farms?
All. Okay.
Look at that drop right there at 9:30 in the morning, 9:20 to 9:30, from 22 billion to 5 billion.
What the hell is that?
That doesn't make any sense.
There must have been a data. Well, no, but it stayed. That's kind of crazy. What the hell?
So then 920 said.
Wait, are they saying that total TVL across all these farms dropped by $22 billion? No.
It looks like
in less than a minute?
I see it on at 9:20. I see, well,
that's crazy.
BSC,
Makes me think there's a data issue.
Yeah, definitely. I think, sometimes what happens, well, this means TVL wouldn't just be farms, it's also stuff staked. So, yeah,
right,
I don't see how
that
22
billion in 1 minute? No.
I think we would have seen like some pretty drastic price action on it.
We'd see guys jumping out of buildings.
Yeah. You see, I do see, like, even looking at Polygon over from 8:30 to now. Wait, what am I looking? No, these are dates. I'm sorry. Are these dates or?
Okay, yeah, they are, but that's still 22 billion in 24 hours.
Yeah.
That's illogical.
Doesn't make sense. I'm going to see where it is. It's not on Poly. Well, AVAX is going up in that same time. Phantom is, a little up and down. Harmony took a pretty big hit, but that's too small. But ETH, look at ETH for
ETH dropped to like 2 billion or 1.5 billion at that time frame.
yeah,
But
that was actually September 20th, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So this is like
Harmony dropped.
29th. Yeah, that makes sense. That was when the we see it's been going up since September 29th, just like the market has.
Yeah.
So
Look at Arbitrum.
yeah, no, but you look at that, so you could see that has got to be a data issue because
It has to be.
one day going from was that an options day? Was that a day when a bunch of options
maybe
expired?
it was. Maybe it was. Let me see
Yeah.
what day of the week that was.
What's today? Today's the
No, no, that was a
4, 3,
Monday
2,
to
1.
Tuesday. Was that a dump day?
5th. It must have been. But yeah, that when you see all, that doesn't really look right. But that's something to look at.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
20th was the dump. The 20th
Yeah.
was BTC dropped 14%. That's why. But
Yeah.
I still think that looks. Maybe everybody liquidated out.
And came back in.
ETH dropped
I mean,
17.5% that day.
And
That's why.
yeah, and some people get nervous when they're
Freak
in the
out.
pools like that.
Yeah.
I tend to go the other. I've had too many times when something dropped and all of a sudden, like a flash thing or whatever, and then, all of a sudden I've got like twice as many of the token and it rebounds.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can play that to your advantage as a hedge of some sort, or a stacking strategy. Or a move to ETH strategy at that point. I don't tend to worry too much about that anymore in pools.
Nah, me
I
neither.
was last spring, but not.
So the nice thing about this tool is you can come in by network and find the APRs you like or APYs, and sort them by that. Daily APR.
Oh, okay. So,
Look at that, 17.11% daily. Joe's clicking over to stake right now.
all right, man. Let's roll the dice, baby. Let's roll the dice. No, I'm going to dig into this because this is a good target set selector. Basically.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Instead of scrolling through 12 pages of quick swap farms, you could just bounce right here and see it.
Yep. And then this is the asset side with the pools, and then you can set your parameters for it. Deposit fees, withdrawal fees, coin groups, coin pairs, exchange. So if you want to just use, specific exchanges,
Yeah.
what the TVL is, etc.
I'm going to have to study this. Yeah, Trader Joe's I've been hearing a lot about lately.
Yeah.
Not just the fact that I like the name of the token.
Of course. There you go.
And I do like that store, but I've been hearing a lot about this, people using it. I haven't checked it out enough myself.
Right.
But it's tied in with somebody pretty well. Is it Ohm that it's tied to? That's
I don't know.
featured. No, maybe it's somebody else, but
yeah, I don't know anything about them.
it's definitely something to check out. But that's kind of where I think we are now. I'm still strong in DFYN. I'm still holding in Crystal.
Yep.
I've still got my Doki stuff and Azuki stuff everywhere, and looking to add like Libra, trying to find the next sort of gem. Where you get in at a penny, a half penny.
Yep.
And then it has some unique thing, that's going to be that feature. Because we see all these new features all the time, from that nuke button to, auto compounding. I mean, that's all been over the last 4 or 5 months, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're right.
So,
well, I mean, some of the big names have been doing auto compounding in vaults, but I like it where it's right here. You just stake it, boom, go and let it run.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there was one other company I wanted to talk about real quick that I found. Where is it? Maybe it was on Polygon. I thought it was. It's Foo. Woo. I'm sorry, Woo Network. It sounds it's a quantitative house, woo.org. And they're doing a lot of kind of cross-chain liquidity stuff, but for somehow they're zero fee trading, fully customized. There was something about this that I found really intriguing. Well, first of all, you look at the team. Here you actually can see who the team is here. They all came out of Kronos Research, and these guys jumped in I think it was 2018, 2 people, and now they've got 100 employees in 12 cities.
Nice.
And it reminds me of Terra Luna is what I like. Because I remember when Terra Luna was talking about cross-chain, stable coin stuff, and then I look at this and I'm kind of like, okay, this could kind of be that, but for a whole bunch of things. Right. And, they got great relationships with big banks, HSBC, Citi, looks like they're in Taiwan, Deloitte, BNP Paribas, Carnegie Mellon, MIT. They got, what is that one here? Hold on. I can't see that second. You see the one that says SVA, NY? Yep. Right there. What is that logo right above SVA? School of
Visual Arts. Oh.
No. Above it. That looks
something
like a
California. Berkeley.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's Berkeley. All right. Yeah, so good, good. Smart people go to Berkeley too, so
yep.
It's good relay. I'm going to dig in because they're doing a lot in different areas.
Powerful.
And I think they could use this as kind of an Oracle type play.
This is interesting. I was looking at one called Ocean that does this too. I'm going to have to compare them. That does CeFi and DeFi mixed.
Yeah, and that's what that's kind of where it has to, I think, goes eventually too. If you're talking cross-chain liquidity and trading platforms and swapping, the central exchanges or centralized exchanges, play a role in that as well.
Yeah.
If not, just setting pricing on stuff, but a lot of people still use those. So I found this is one I'm kind of digging in, and they have a token, I believe, that
you have to stake Woo to get no transaction fees.
Yeah, but this is on one second. This is Phantom. So this is on Phantom as well.
Are they cross-chain or is it just Phantom?
I believe it's cross-chain, but I ran into it on one of the Phantom
there they are.
Pages.
They got. They're in the top 41 of all exchanges with their volume. That's impressive. So, I never heard of them. That's great. That's a good find, Joe.
Yeah, so this is one we should, again, remember when we were all hanging around in Pancake Swap when it was like 20 cents or something?
Yeah.
And, and of course, I sold it like $9. Woo, the big winner, and then watched it go to didn't it get like 48 or something and then back down?
Yeah.
But it was kind of like when BNB was going from like 27 to 800 or something and back down. So, you find something like this, and this has got real credible people.
Are they KYC?
I don't know. I haven't done anything yet. So Taiwan, probably not, is my guess.
No,
I don't know.
No Americans, please.
Oh, yeah. So
no Caymans. Yeah.
Where is that page? Where are you?
I tried to click on trade.
Are you coming through? Are you VPN?
No.
Yeah, mine's up right now. So let me see. And
you got to love when the United States is lumped in with China, Syria, North Korea, Iran, and Cuba.
And Yemen's not on the list?
No Yemen. We'll take the Yemen money.
And no Afghanistan?
Afghanistan's there too.
Oh, poor guy.
And Cayman. Poor Cayman.
Cayman's lumped in. That's crazy, man. They just started, I was talking to those guys down there, and they just started actually have an incubator in whatever the capital is, the Cayman Islands. I can't remember, but a couple of years ago, if you remember, they wouldn't do anything in crypto.
Yeah,
they were too scared of it. But now they're incubating crypto coins down there. So they've kind of come around on crypto. The Caymans have. So to me, that's intriguing that Caymans is on the banned list.
Yeah, totally.
But I would venture to say, if you clear your browser cache, went through window on Firefox,
which I would never do. I would not violate their intent. I don't. What's a VPN?
Yeah. I don't know. Very, very private network.
Hey.
But the point is that look, we all know that you want to connect through a company that's not banned, and
Yep.
it's not like you're not breaking any rules yourself in your country. You might be breaking a technical rule in that country, but
Yep.
it's not like it's not like they go in and go, we don't want your money.
Exactly.
As long as have the right, play the game the right way, you're in. It's
Yep.
kind of like with XT.com. I don't even know where that is. It's either Hong Kong or something like that. When I went in to buy, some crazy blockchain play on pork safety and in China, but they were going to have a node in the government office because they've had all these pandemic issues in China.
Yeah.
On pigs, swine flu, and all those different things crossover. So they're super paranoid about that, obviously, and so this was a play where they were, each pig gets, I guess, processed a certain way, and there's 64 parts, and each part is tagged and on a barcode, and it was, going to be in, offices or a node in the Chinese government. I don't think that's been shut down. So despite what China says, I'm down like 20% right now, but again, this is a couple, a less than $500 play or bet. But, I just strapped on the VPN and went right into xt.com. It has a lot of stuff you can buy. And then you can bridge back out right to, I think, Phantom and Polygon and Ethereum. So what I liked about it was, how you move from Ethereum to Polygon wallet and you still have to pay those Ethereum gas fees.
Yep.
You could bridge from Ethereum into xt.com for like nothing. I mean, like
Right.
a couple of bucks. And then go from xt.com straight into Polygon for like nothing, a couple
Right.
of bucks. Instead of
Right.
having to cough up
Use
50,
your
60
bridge.
bucks.
Use it
Yeah.
as your bridge. Yep.
Right. So, there's ways to do that, that are, you just have to learn how to maneuver around in ways. And,
Yeah.
obviously stay on the right side of wherever you
Yeah.
live, legal requirements.
Absolutely.
But, outside of where you live, it's pretty much open season. So,
Absolutely.
but this is one I'm going to dig into, and I'll update
Cool.
you tomorrow.
Yeah. Let us know.
If I bought it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm wrapping it up.
All right, buddy. Happy hunting.
Great chatting with you, man.
All right.
As usual.
Let's. I'm going to try to dig in for some new stuff. Have you been, just before we go, have you been doing anything on Hiko?
I have done nothing ever on Hiko.
I'm going to try and chat. I had bought some of the tokens before, but I ended up selling them when they were up. But it was just another blockchain to figure out.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, between
it's
Ethereum
so much.
and Polygon and now Phantom. And then, I haven't even gotten to Solana or really, I don't even know if Near is deploying anything. And of course, I always leave out Polkadot.
Yeah.
And now Cardano's in the game.
Yep.
So there was one play I talked about before. I'll try to remember it for tomorrow, but it has that cross chain between Polkadot and Polygon and Cardano, which might be interesting play.
That's cool.
But I'll figure that out, and we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Sounds good, buddy. Have a good day.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.